Hello, my name is Barbara Lonsky, and I'm going to read a true story from the book Fight On by Dr. Sam Gipp, titled She Never Gave In. Miss Yu was a spy from the United States in the Philippine War during World War II. She had come to the Philippines from the United States in 1934, soon after, married an engineer by the name of John Utinsky. In 1941, when war broke out, John, who held a reserve commission of captain in the U.S. Army, was called to duty. He was soon fighting the Japanese in Bataan. He was taken prisoner when U.S. forces surrendered and died in a prison camp. His wife, Margaret, changed her identity to Lithuanian and began a career as an American spy under the moniker Miss Yu. She became the head of a vast network of spies. For 3 years, she ran a successful spy network until her arrest by Japanese on suspicion of spying. She was taken to the infamous Fort Santiago and tortured. Her captors beat her, breaking her nose and jaw and knocking out several teeth, but refused her medical treatment. She was forced to kneel for hours on a sharp board until her knees bled. Often they tied her arms behind her and hung her from the ceiling, while they beat her and burned her flesh with cigarettes. She was made to eat repulsive gruel. She held the lives of scores of men and women behind her locked lips. If she spoke, hundreds would die. Through it all, she denied being a spy, denied being American. After 32 days of merciless treatment, she was asked if she would sign a paper saying she would not work against the emperor. She crossed her fingers and said yes. She was given a paper to sign which read, "Since I have been in Fort Santiago, I have received courteous treatment from all the officers and sentries, and have been provided with good food." Then she was taken to the front gate of the prison and thrust out. Barely able to walk, she stumbled down the street and passed out. Friends found her and took her home. She spent 6 weeks in the hospital overcoming gangrene in one of her legs. Doctors did not have to amputate it. As soon as she was released, she returned to her spying activities. One morning, a few weeks later, a Filipino arrived at her home to warn her that the Japanese were coming to arrest her again. She immediately fled to the mountains, where she joined a band of guerrilla fighters. 2 hours after she left, the Japanese raided her empty apartment. She continued fighting on in the mountains with the guerrillas. Fight on.